So this is a pegboard from IKEA, and it's one of the first things that I bought when I set up my little makerspace. It stores all the main tools and equipment that I use for my projects, and overall I've been really happy using it. But recently I've noticed a little bit of a problem. So there's a lot of wasted potential over here, both in terms of space not being occupied, so a little bit over here and more to my right side here. But also in terms of the items on this pegboard, there's a good number of them that I don't use very often, if at all, so they're just taking up space for no reason. So in this video we're going to give this pegboard a much needed upgrade and see if we can't get a little bit more use out of this space. Let me show you what I've got in mind. So since I started making videos, my gear collection's gotten bigger and bigger, meaning storage is becoming a bit of an issue, but also you inevitably end up with a drawer like this full of loads of different chargers. So with that being said, here's the plan. On this side of the pegboard, I want to clear out some space and make a complete charging wall. A single place where I can store all my camera equipment and my main tools, but most importantly where I can charge everything in one place. So it means no more wires running around everywhere. But I'm setting some goals here. Firstly, it needs to be functional, so it needs to do the job and do it well. Secondly, it needs to be easy to use, so I'm not adding friction into my workflow. And thirdly, it needs to look organised, so that's the plan. I've been looking forward to doing this for a long time, so let's get into it. So the first step was to get rid of the things that I don't use regularly, and this also gave me a chance to look over some of my old designs. This is one of my earliest 3D prints and one of the first things I actually designed myself on my Prusa MK4S, and yeah, it did the job for a while, but I definitely wouldn't design this like this now, but you live you learn. Once I was done going down memory lane, it was time to get everything organised. The goal here was to try and create as much space as possible, and as you'll see I didn't actually end up using it, but it was handy to have anyway. With everything looking a bit tidier, I made a list of all the things that I'm planning to put on the pegboard and how many ports and outlets I might need. And then it was time for some Amazon shopping. So guys, whilst we're waiting for everything to come from Amazon, what I'm going to do is just get the ball rolling by making a template hook that fits onto the pegboard, and then we can attach those hooks onto the different models we make in Fusion and then print everything in one piece. So it's basically just a way to kill the time whilst we're waiting, but I thought something's better than nothing, so let's go ahead and do that. Now usually for this sort of thing I use my calipers to take measurements, but then I found this really detailed diagram of the IKEA pegboard and decided to use that instead. Right guys, so these are the two test prints. So we've got one with the hooks in a vertical orientation and then one with them horizontal. So we're just going to go ahead and try these on. Lovely, so they're fitting good. That gives us all the information we need. We know how to design the hooks and what space to have in between them. So now once the things get delivered, we can go ahead and get designing. This is the USB hub that I'm going to be using for this project. It's got a good mix of USB-C and normal USB connectors. It's not too big and it's powered with a 9-volt adapter, meaning it will be getting enough energy. Okay guys, so the first order of business is to make a pegboard mount for this USB hub. We get that put on the pegboard and then we can build out from there. So before we jump in and start modeling, what I'm going to do is just show you guys the main tools that I use for this sort of thing, so that if you want to have a go at doing this yourself, it kind of gives you a starting point. So let's do that and then we'll get into Fusion. Whenever I'm making 3D models, I like to try and keep things as simple as possible. So these are the main tools that I use. To start off with, we've got our calipers, tried and tested, really easy to use. The only downside is they only go up to a certain distance. This is 150mm. For anything less than 150mm, these are absolutely perfect. And you can use this side to measure internal distances as well. So a must have. Then for slightly larger things, I've got this 20cm ruler. I don't use this too much, but it does come in handy from time to time, so it's a good idea just to keep in your back pocket. And then lastly, there's this fillet gauge that I printed from Printables. I'll leave a link in the description below. It is so handy to measure fillets of different objects. So for example, the USB hub that we're going to work on in a moment, you just match it up, and see which size matches. So for example, on this one, a size 7.5 is absolutely fine. This is a must-have, so I'd recommend going ahead and getting one of these printed. It will make your modeling life a lot easier. So those are the main tools that I use. Now we're going to jump into Fusion and make a pegboard mount for this USB hub. So I usually like to do a quick test print to make sure that I've got all my key measurements right before committing material to the full print. Okay guys, so we successfully got one model in the bag, the mount for the USB hub. Now we're going to apply that exact same process to all the other things on my list. So get the item, take some really detailed measurements, make something in Fusion 360 and then print and iterate as required. So we've got a fair few items to get through, so let's get to work. The trickiest thing to model around was the battery charger for my camera. It had a little bit of a unique, weird shape to it. So for this, what I did is took a really high contrast picture, imported it into Fusion as a canvas and traced around it, and then after a couple of iterations I managed to get a perfect fit. And after a lot of work, I managed to get through everything on my list and it was time to get everything set up. I picked up a couple of these MagSafe chargers for my iPhone and my AirPods and modelled a little mount for them. The mount fit really well, as did the MagSafe inside the mount, but one thing I didn't account for was that the USB cable was a little bit too thick to pass through the pegboard holes. So I had to do a little bit of post-processing. Right guys, so we've made some good progress. Everything is looking a lot more organized and a lot tidier, and there's now a nice specific place for all the different items to go. But that's only part of the equation. If you remember at the beginning of the video, I said I want to be able to charge everything on this wall as well, not just store things. So the next question is, well, how are we going to do that? And well, that's where these guys come in. These are retractable USB chargers which allow me to charge everything on the pegboard without having wires going everywhere. And what's best is once I'm done charging, I can reel them back in and no more messy wires anywhere. And honestly, I'm so glad I found these. And at this point I was pretty happy with the way things were looking, but I felt there was just a little bit missing. And so I picked up one of these monitor lights, took some measurements and modelled a bracket that would allow me to seat it on top of the pegboard. Guys, that's going to do it for this video. So if you want to download and print these files yourself, you can find links to them in the description below. Drop a comment, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, or what could have been better, and I'll see you guys next time.